once you have that in, then the next step is to start cutting the rope to make it fine. So can you see here, Jeff, where you've got the V's? So you want to mark this V and that V, then you skip one, do that one, and then skip one, go that one, and that one. Now you do that on both ends, and the ones you just marked black, that's the ones you want to cut out. So you got V, skip one, V, skip one, and then another V. And then I'll get set up with a sharp blade, and we'll
How do you know which size fid to use?
use the smallest one for when you're cutting, because it's the easiest one to weave through. So there's the black mark, so you kind of go through that like that, and then you grab the knife, and you keep them really tight, and just cut it, boom, done. And then the other black one you marked was this one here. And then you start from the bottom and start pulling those out. Once you've done that, you got 6 pieces here, and you just pull this tight, and now you've created that taper. Okay, so we'll just do that on the other end too. Once you got your tape, you pull that real tight and start winding your tape down to you got that when you're finished. Alright, so that's what you got. Both ends will look just like that. Now what I usually do is grab one and throw it over the table. Try to get all the knots out of this thing. Just throw that pile over there, and then just kind of. The next part of this is for the tail end of it.
So what size are you using here?
Use the third smallest.
Okay.
Just so that fits in there real nice.
Oh, okay. So I guess you'd use a bigger one if you've got a bigger
That's
rope.
Correct. So then you just put it in there. You pull it back a bit so it locks into this little tab right there.
Gotcha.
That's done. So now on the second piece of tape, that's where you create your loop.
Gotcha.
So your loop, you want it to be about that big, just enough where you could fit this through.
About a 1-inch hole.
Yeah. And that's where you want to put your first thing through. So what we're going to do is we're going to pick a spot in here, and we're going to go right through the center. Right through the center and come out the other end.
Beauty.
And now create that loop again. And you can adjust this on the fly too. So then what we want to do is take this off, put this over your leg or on the table there, and now take the other end and put this bit on there again. So you've got your loop, this end, which is this part, and you want to finish that loop. So you want it about 1 inch. So then you go in through the tail end. So you got your tail down there, you got the long piece of rope, then you go back through the tail end. And pull that all the way through. And take this out of there. Throw that there, just pull all that rope out onto the floor beside you. Then you got the other loop coming through, and you tie that out, and it looks like that.
Gotcha.
Right? And then you take that tail end, put that fid back on there, and what you want to do is go only halfway through this time. So you want to kind of pull it tight, pull there, and then kind of loosen that up a little bit.
All right.
And try and feed that thing inside, which is tough to get it going, but once you get it going, it's really simple. So now that's inside.
Through the center of the rope there.
Now you start feeding that fit all the way through to your third tape line. That third tape line, just push it through, pull that thing through, remove your kid, and then remove all the tape. Just pull that nice and tight. You got your loop here, pull that. That's nice and tight. And then you just kind of pull this back down, and that tail will go inside.
Beauty.
And that's your lock end that doesn't require any sewing at all.
Okay.
And it's, yeah, that's
So that's the anchor end that's going to be mounted to the inside of the winch, kind of.
that's correct. We're doing the tied end. You start with those same dimensions, 7, 16.5, and 32, because we already marked both ends out.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to put that on there. Brian, make your loop again using this. So you got about a 1 inch right there.
1 inch diameter.
And now you want to just go in halfway
Through the middle again.
through the middle. And you got to be careful you don't pull this all the way through, so stick your thumb in there and then pull it through. Remove the tape. Pull that tight. And figure out how big your end is again. Go like that. Hold it tight there. And then pull the end down. And that disappears inside again. You want to go through this side, you got that first V, and then go all the way through the center. Come out the other side in the middle of a V. That all the way through, come to the other side, and tape your string, put that to the center point right there. You always take one end and just kind of wrap it around here out of the way. And then you go down to the next V, we got this one, we got that one. And then go through again.
So now it's directly below the previous one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pick that spot where you want to go through, down to the next beat. Go all the way through. Beat that in. Pull it tight. Same thing on this end. Got your next beat. Third one will be created at the top here. So you got tied down this side, down that side, so the next ones you want to tie it down through the middle.
Sounds good.
Go through the same place. So you got 3, 3, 3, 3.
All right.
Pull it all tight so it looks real nice, and then just tie a knot in it. And then leave yourself some slack there. Cut that off. And then just feed those down inside. You got a finished rope.
All right.
3, 3, 3, 3. Take tape off and you're good to go.
So that's the end. So when customer receives the rope, they stretch it, then they will need to.
Customer will receive the rope like that. So you just do the same thing in reverse, pull the ends out, untie
Untie
it,
it.
pull it all out. However much you want to shorten it, and then do your same 7, 16 and a half, 32.